Have you ever had your soil tested? It doesn't matter what you're growing, whether it be flowers or vegetables, turf grass, pasture grasses, or even trees. The information provided from a soil test can be very valuable to you. Hello, my name is Richard Parrish. I'm the County Extension Agent for Agricultural and Natural Resources in Leon County. In order to have good, healthy, productive plants, you must start with fertile, healthy soils. Good soils retain water, release nutrients, and drains well. The soil must contain adequate nutrients, have an optimum pH, and organic matter to be fertile and healthy. Guessing about additives for your lawn, garden, or pasture usually means that you're adding too much or too little fertilizer to your soil. Too little fertilizer can mean that you're going to be growing unhealthy plants. Too much fertilizer is wasteful, costs more money in your pocketbook, and it can even threaten our lakes, rivers, and streams. Also, soils vary within the state, even within our neighborhood, or even within your own yard. So what might be good for your neighbor's yard or what might be good for your brother-in-law's lawn or garden is not necessarily right for you. Don't guess about what your soil needs. Don't take someone else's recommendations. Find out exactly what your soil needs by doing a soil test. A soil test will tell you the current pH level of your soil. It will tell you fertility levels of the principal nutrients. It'll tell you what nutrients might need to be added to the soils and in what amounts they need to be added. While soil testing can let you know where your soil needs treatment or improvement, there's a few things soil testing cannot tell you. It cannot tell you what crops to grow. It cannot prevent poor crops caused by disease or drought or insects or too much water or other problems. A soil test is not a substitute for proper cultural practices, and it does not replace good management techniques. So before you collect your soil sample for a soil test, I would suggest logging on to the Texas A&M Soil, Water, and Forage Testing Laboratory website and download the appropriate soil submittal form. The website can be found at http://soiltesting.tamu.edu. Once you get to the web page for the Texas A&M Soil, Water, and Forage Testing Laboratory, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on the link titled Our Submittal Forms. If you will be submitting a sample from a pasture or a field, click on Soil Submittal Form for the appropriate form. If you will be submitting a sample from a yard or a garden, then click on the link for Urban Soil Submittal Form. Even if you live in a rural area and you are submitting a sample for a garden, click on the Urban link. Once you download the submittal form, instructions on how to collect the soil sample are also included. A soil sample should represent a given area of your lawn, garden, or pasture that is treated or used similarly. For example, maybe your front yard or your backyard, maybe your front pasture or your back pasture. You want to sample areas separately if you notice some distinct differences, whether it be differences in slope or soil texture or even water drainage. To collect the soil sample, use a trowel or a spade to scrape away any non-decomposed plant tissue and materials that might be on the surface. Next, cut a divot about 6 inches deep into the soil and place the soil in a clean plastic container. Repeat this step 8 to 10 times in the area which is being considered for testing. Mix all of the collected samples thoroughly, removing any roots or visible plant materials, and place 2 to 3 cups of soil in a quart-sized resealable freezer bag. Air dry the soil if the sample feels wet to the touch. Label the bag with a permanent marker, clearly identifying each bag with a sample ID matching those that will be used on the soil submittal form. Complete the information on the soil submittal form, making sure to legibly include your name, mailing address, and email address. There are several test varieties available. Analysis number 1, or the routine analysis, will give you the information you will need. Currently, the cost for this analysis is $12 for each sample submitted. Make sure on the form that you indicate the analysis being requested as well as information on the size of the area being tested, previous fertilizer usage, and what you were growing. Then, place the plastic sample bag, the completed submittal form, and your payment in a box or padded envelope and send it to the soil testing laboratory.
It usually takes about 10 to 14 days to run the analysis and to get the results back. Unless otherwise indicated on the submittal form, the results will be emailed back to you. So now's a perfect time to take a soil test. Don't let another day pass you by. Take that soil test today. In the meantime, take care of yourself and your family. Have a good day.